your life.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is your girl Diane with DDTalks. We are live in the studio. It's going to be a late show. I am super excited, and you really should be too. Because with me in the studio today, I have some entrepreneurs who are making head waves in their domain. So you should be looking forward to seeing all of them. I'll be introducing them to you in just a minute. Media is such a big deal. It's a vital tool for communication. It's a vital tool for entertainment. And these guys are using media, they're using entertainment, and they're setting new trends out there. They're blitzing the whole place out, all right? So let's talk to them in just a few minutes. So I'll go right ahead and introduce the gentleman and a beautiful lady that I have with me in the house as well. So to my immediate right is a young gentleman by the name of Valerie Holmes.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the studio today.
Thank you very much.
He is the CEO of Holmes Media Solutions. Guys, today he's talking about media solutions, okay? But he's also a guy who does taxes,
Yes.
he does home health care.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like a super dynamic entrepreneur in every rights of the word. We're going to hear a lot from him. Young, but super vibrant, okay? And then
Thank you.
right next to him is the beautiful lady in the room. She is an entrepreneur, you know, galore. Okay, she has done it all. I mean, when we talked about her story, I was like, OMG. All right, so she's in the movie production. She's a producer, owner, producer. She is also promoter of the big awards that you've probably heard by now, Next Generation Entertainment Awards, coming up at the end of this month. You should be very excited to get to meet her live in the studio. Miss Bernadette Kagi, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, and then to her far left is another young gentleman who is doing big things as well. These guys are just young, but they're doing great things, okay? So he's right. And that's why they're called Next Generation, okay? So his goes by the name of Mr. Noah Obo, right? But he's the CEO of that a company called OBO Entertainment. He's a promoter and the co-founder of Next Generation Entertainment Awards. So welcome to the studio.
Thanks, you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So I'm so glad to have you guys. We are going to be talking today about entertainment entrepreneurs in media and entertainment. So as you can clearly see, these guys are entrepreneurs because they're not just like being hired; they are hiring people, right?
Yes.
So they give out they give out paychecks.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
They pay folks. So you know, we're talking careers. Since we're talking about entrepreneurs and everything, since you're sitting right here, you're the first in the house. Let me go right into a little bit about your story. Was it always entertainment for you? Was this the traditional path that you really set out to do? How did you find yourself into this field? Because you're really doing a whole.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for inviting me. Thanks for my fellow panelists right here. for me, I think I was born an entrepreneur.
Good.
I think from when I was a child, you know, I just knew entrepreneurship was in my blood. I will tell you something. Those who know me, who grew up with me from back all the way in Buea, you know, Mount Fako in Cameroon. By the time I was 8 years old, I was selling stuff. Yeah, and my grandma used to have a little shop, but I would carry stuff in my head, you know, back home, carry stuff in your head, go around, sell them. By the time I was like 12, 13 years old, I can tell you I was actually cooking. You know, my grandpa was a cook. He used to cook for the Germans, as he used to say for himself. I was a soldier, so I used to bake what we call banana cake or banana bread. I would bake that. People knew me personally, and I would go around the Buea Town market and I would sell that. So to me, it's always been entrepreneurship.
So people who don't know where Buea is, you call some cities.
Yeah, that's in Cameroon.
That's in
the
Cameroon,
southwest
right?
province of Cameroon. That's where Buea is, as the capital city of the southwest province.
Okay.
That's where I was born, and that's where I had that. I'm telling you, that genes came from. So.
And you carried it through. You carried
all
it
the
through.
way, all the way, all the way,
Good,
all the way.
good.
Till today, you know, to me, it's nothing but just being an entrepreneur.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, you're clearly living it because you're running multiple companies.
No.
Ms. Bernadette, for you, I know you said it wasn't exactly, you didn't really necessarily set out to be an entrepreneur, but you had a drive.
Well,
So
I grew
share
up in an entrepreneurial family.
Oh.
My dad, of course, is real estate. Of course, I don't know the people that know me very well. I grew up in Boy as well. Was born in Mount Faco.
Really?
Yes.
Southwest of the house.
Yes. My dad was a police officer, and then he retired very early, and went into real estate, and he owned residential areas for the Germans, fully furnished homes for the Germans. So I grew up in
So
that.
we have a connection here in Germany.
Yep.
Okay.
I know what
I
you're talking about.
I grew up in that. I saw my uncles hustle to the core. They come in, they don't care about the Cameroon government. When people are complaining about their paychecks, they're into making their coins.
Yes.
So I tap into that. I actually tap into that.
So you learned that
So I learned
early
that
on.
in life, actually, it's not just the paycheck that keeps it rolling. Other things can come in. And we should really stop complaining about our government. We should actually get involved in doing other things that will help build that
Supplement.
government. Yes.
Exactly. Good thing we're talking supplementing income, because for Noah, you talked about, for you, it was really about trying to supplement for your tuition for school.
Exactly. I kind of stumbled into it.
You
Really,
stumbled
because-
into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, because I was in school and there was no way to pay tuition, so I decided to start up a party for the black folks on campus. And it was the only party for black people around. So, I mean, people were traveling like 50 miles to my school to come to my party, and that was how I got started.
You became popular.
I became very popular, actually.
Yeah,
Right on
no,
campus.
And you should
And,
know he was in a small town.
Exactly.
for
That's
school.
in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
So,
Exactly.
so of
So-
course, that's why he said 50 miles.
Yeah.
People would travel that far.
Exactly. So, and that was where it all started for me, and it became really big. I paid my way through school by doing that. Really.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
So
encouraging.
that's another form of encouragement for those who are, you're in school, you're trying to figure out how can I pay this tuition. Maybe your folks you're not on scholarship, you don't have any
Loans,
any loans. You can supplement your income by
Yeah.
just getting a side gig.
Exactly.
The campus job will not really get you by.
Yeah,
but,
no.
but if you have that a side business going on, it can
Yeah.
really change the
And
dynamic.
there's a lot in
Exactly.
entertainment that you can actually get in because it comes in natural. Being an African, entertainment comes in natural.
Okay.
So
I know, right?
use
You're
that
always trying to
background
entertain
to make your
people.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so another thing I want to find out, like, what is your drive today as far as an entrepreneur? Like, what really gets you going? When you get up, you're running multiple businesses, you're sitting, you're looking at the environment you have. So what gets you going? Because we're living in very challenging times.
Yeah, that's a good one. For me right now, let me tell you something. When I wake up in the morning every day, I'm thinking to myself, how far can I push this? I used to have a job, having a job is not a bad thing. Let's make sure we clarify that. Having
Yes.
a job is not
Having a
bad
career,
thing.
not a
Yeah,
job. Having a
exactly.
career.
Yeah, having a career. I don't think a paycheck is not a bad thing because even as an entrepreneur, you want to hire people too. So it's
So
a good
somebody's
thing.
gonna have to work for you.
Yes.
So you need to understand that.
So I used to. I mean, I myself, I used to have a job, corporate America, 6 figures. But at one point, when you're working, you come to realize you've hit a point. There's a stop of
A
how far you
plateau.
can go. And as an entrepreneur, inside you, there's a fire burning. This is not my limit. I could make 200,000 this year. It sounds good to everybody else, but to me, I'm thinking about 10 millions,
Yes.
billions. I'm looking at people making all these moves, and I'm feeling that hype in me. So nowadays, when I wake up in the morning, I'm really thinking to myself, how far can I drive what I'm doing? So I'm what people say I'm trying to diversify. No, I'm not diversifying. I'm just creating multiple streams, to fill the main pocket, the main bucket itself. So now when I wake up in the morning, my main push, is just how far can I drive myself, to attain that level which is only in that big dream. Which if I tell people, they're like, "You're so crazy, man. You can't do it." I'm thinking about a billion.
I know billion sounds like a whole lot, but the thing
I like
is, they say once you make your first 100, getting to $1 million is really not that far. It's about
not.
duplicating the
And
process.
a million is a million. It doesn't matter if it's a CFI
Right.
or it's
Just a
dollar.
million.
Or in naira.
A million is a million. Or naira. Millions are
I don't know about
millions.
million naira, but But still, $1 million is $1 million.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know, it doesn't matter what currency it is. But once you get to that point, then duplicating the process is really not as complicated. They say once you master how to get the first 100, then you can figure out how to get the next.
And how to maintain it as well. Of
Yeah.
course.
One thing also is this. You know, even though you asked about what really keeps me going personally, if I got to talk to somebody who's watching right now and thinking how to get into this lifestyle, entrepreneurial lifestyle, I say you gotta look at. Sometimes it's not only about you. It might be something else that gets you going. Most people have families.
That's
you know,
right.
you think about like a kid, your parents, your brothers, anything that really holds you.
So true.
I think if you watch on TV, all the big athletes, when they make it, the first person they go out to time.
Mommy's new
The
car.
mama.
Yeah, you take
Mommy's
your
new house.
I always tell everybody, if you think about you lacking that motivation, look at your mama. And if you wish we give her something that she doesn't have right now, that could be a good place to start.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well
I
said,
mean-
Mr. Holmes.
That's a good one.
Well
Find your
said.
why. You
Yeah.
know, usually when you have that sense of purpose,
Yeah.
it really gets you
Get to go.
motivated.
Yeah, get to
But
go.
then you know something about multiple streams. You know, he talked about multiple streams. You understand that something. It is very essential to have multiple streams of income, and you've been doing that. Pulling into different resources and so. What have you done in the past that you would like to share as an entrepreneur, and what were some of your experiences in that process? Is it a challenging thing, or do you think you should focus on one thing first before doing the other, or you can successfully maintain two things? You can pull two things at a time.
That is a very good topic. 2009, I decided to stop working as a nurse, and I walked into the trailer truck business. I bought my first truck.
Trailer truck.
Trailer trucks.
This is
16
one
wheelers.
hustler girl.
Yeah.
16 wheelers.
Trailer trucks.
I bought the first truck. The money was so good. So I said, why am I even going to work? I'll stay at home and have my drivers go to Texas, to California, to Massachusetts, to Atlanta, all over the 50 states. And all I need to do is just collect a check. Of course, it was nice. I bought the second truck from the high. I bought the third truck from the high. The economy became really, really bad. That was when diesel went really, gas and everything went up.
Yeah.
During the recession.
Oh,
Yeah,
during
the
the recession.
recession affected
Oh,
so
the
many people.
recession.
I remember.
Yeah.
The recession.
That was a
It was
rough
a
period.
really rough period for everybody.
Yes.
First of all, what they started by doing was they limited their contracts. They went from, if you say you have 13 trips a week, they went down to 6, just to make sure that everybody gets a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I can handle this. It's okay. I can handle this one. Then it went down to 2 a week. The drivers were not liking that. So what happened? They decided to quit, to fall back to your previous jobs. Go work at the McDonald's or work at the gas station, whatever it
Yeah.
was. So now we're stuck with the trucks, nothing running. And of course I look at myself and said, okay, I have my license. I need to go back to work. So I went back into my nursing work and
So
started
that was
back
the
as
good thing of
nursing.
having a career at that point.
So it's
backbone.
very essential to have a career.
I'm a
If you
big
want your wife
proponent
to-
of that too.
Yeah.
If you want your wife to
have
be your
that
second
going.
second income, fine. But if you're all hustling by yourself, please, please, please have a career. Have something to fall back.
Yes.
Backup.
Because if not, you go crazy when everything is falling apart.
Yeah, because I think I've been in that situation because where you're a lone ranger, you don't really have that support system.
Yeah.
And so when things crash, they really crash.
It crashed like a
It
like a
crashes
plane coming down.
flat, full to the face.
Yes.
That's why we all need to have education.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need
As a
education is
backbone.
very important.
I'm glad you
Go to
talked
school.
I'm glad you talked about education because a lot of people who are in the arts sometimes they just feel contented with the gifting that they have,
Right.
the skill sets. You guys are
Right.
into this field.
But get a
You're looking
degree
at-
on that. That
you're-
way, if you
you're
can't
looking
hire
at it.
yourself, let somebody hire you.
Exactly.
Whatever
That's
you're
true,
gifted
but,
in.
But there are a lot of people who are just content with the fact that okay, I have this thing and it's paying my way for now. But we all understand. We've seen things like athletes and
Yeah.
stuff. They get to a point in your career where the gift cannot really take you any further.
Even as an athlete, you can break your leg.
That's
one
the
day.
thing, So
You
what
can break your
happens?
leg.
What is your fallback? What do you tell
A singer, you can cancel off your lungs and then lose your voice. No, it's the truth.
But it is the
But,
truth.
yeah,
But it happened to, was it Dionne Warwick or one of these celebrities who had a voice problem
Yes.
at some
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
I mean, and her career was all singing, right? So at that point, she lost her voice. So I think it's a message for you guys who are entertainment
Have
to
a
really
second.
tell another artist, because a lot of people just say, okay, I can sing reggae, and then you just sing the reggae, but you're not really doing anything to move yourself to the next level. And is it, pass the message that it's okay to get educated, right?
Get educated.
You don't have to go get a degree in something. Just get a degree in music, like Noah was saying. So
Be in a position where somebody can hire you, so you don't have to beg. You don't have to go
In
around.
case
And
your career-
you don't have to
in
blame
case-
your family and be a very obnoxious person where the world cannot deal with you because you're angry and fed up. Just live your life and just do a plan B in such a way that life goes on.
See, let me tell you something. What I think is the biggest lie right now in America, and I'm a very, very strong opponent of this. In America, you go to school. Most of the kids who are in school here, they tell them, "Oh, do what you love for your passion." It's a good commercial slogan. But I'll tell you something. You see, the Asians and the Africans have caught up with that, especially the Nigerians. Very smart. They tell the kids, once you're born in an Asian home, or a Nigerian home in particular, they say you become a doctor, become a lawyer. Their parents somehow assign you a career pathway that no matter what, once you fall, no matter how bad the economy is, you're still good.
You
You're
balance
still
that.
Dr. Obu.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, the catch is this. If you think if you're born in this country, by 25 years old, you're a doctor. 25. You're a
Right
full
about
medical practicing expert.
Right.
If you finish school accordingly. It means that at that point, if you have a passion of dancing or singing
you can go back to
or
dancing.
painting, you can paint all you want. You're
Yes,
still Dr.
exactly.
Obu.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you can see.
That's what we're doing.
Exactly
what we're
So
doing.
no matter what happens to the economy, you just say, man, thank God this is America.
Yeah.
And you keep moving. While others are talking and lamenting and saying whatever they're saying, you just sit back and say, guess what? For right now, the passion or whatever is not paying. But when I fall, I'm sitting in the couch.
I'm still okay.
You're still-
I'm
and
still
because
okay.
of that push that you get, even if you don't get to the doctorate, at least they will
There's
push you
somewhere.
enough to get somewhere. Maybe
Somewhere
you're
that
like
is
being-
mediocre
at least you
lifestyle,
get
yeah.
your first degree and you can hold yourself. I think that's what parents are really more concerned about. Like, are you able to have that plan B
Yeah.
for yourself? And you all can attest to the fact that a plan B is vital.
It's very vital.
Even though you're an entrepreneur. So as far as the entrepreneurship, how do you stay competitive really? Because you're in an environment, the paths that you guys have chosen is unconventional, right? These are not things that people are doing every day. A lot of people desire it. They want to be in it. Who doesn't want to do entertainment? Everybody likes the glamour, but they forget the amount of work that
It's
goes
a lot of
behind
work.
the
No
scene.
sleep.
So you really get the 10 minutes, maybe you come out, you do 10 minutes, an hour or two. It's all glamorous, but there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. What do you have to say?
I remember you and I were talking the other time, and I told you something. Some people come to me, they say, "Hey, Holmes, I want to do business. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do this, do that, do that." And the first thing I always tell them, most of them have jobs, making 100,000 plus, which is a good thing. They're doing well. I always say, I want you to think about this. If you're asking me about what you should do, it means you already don't know what you should be doing.
You don't know who you are.
First of all.
Right.
So now, if you're asking me to give you a candid, good advice, I'll say this: if you are willing to work 3 times as hard as you work right now at your job, but yet earn 1/4 of the money you make right now,
Ooh,
then you're ready to be an entrepreneur.
the sacrifice.
Yeah. So most people just want to you see, like you said, they see the glamour, you're out, you're chilling, everything's going well, but there's so much hard work in being a businessman. There's so
You're
much
actually
hard work.
working harder.
It is.
Especially if
It
you're a
is.
solo
You work
Three
entrepreneur.
times,
harder.
3 times harder.
But again, once at the beginning, you have to be willing to take that pay cut. It's a serious pay cut.
And that's
It's
the
not-
challenge
yeah,
that
it's
comes
not just a
with
regular
owning a
pay cut.
business.
Oh yeah,
Because-
you say pay cut. There's a time you don't even have money to pay for your gas.
Because I mean, a lot
There
of
is a
people
time
don't.
you don't even have money for gas.
Yeah.
You look into your wallet and you go into your bag, you go into your uniforms, you go into your jackets,
You go-
looking
go-
for that
go-
$5
Yeah.
to pay for your gas. But you have money coming in.
Yes, there's
Trust
money.
me, there's money coming in, but it's just that the process which
Yeah.
it takes, and
The
you have to be
patience.
patient.
And you have to stay composed.
You have to stay composed.
Perfect.
You have to
You always have to look like you have the money, because some people.
and you cannot be an impulsive shopper. You cannot just buy because of the desire to
cannot.
buy.
Especially for women.
Yeah.
No, you have to
Especially
think
for women, we are
before you
business.
buy that dress. You look around and said, "Okay,
Can I really
have
afford
I
it? Should
paid XYZ before
Yeah.
paying for this dress?" And if you notice that, of course, everything is settled, then you can move to the next. But don't follow the glamour. Don't say, "Oh, now I own a business. I need to buy me this Range
Or you want to
Rover.
look like your
Or I
business,
want to
but
look like
your
a-
business is not funding.
Oh no, you
the
cannot look. You
lifestyle.
cannot look like a
You
business.
have
That
to have
one.
self-control.
Exactly.
Just don't spend because other people are spending. Self-control.
Well,
And that's actually the base.
I will somehow contradict that a little bit. They say now in showbiz or market, they say perspective.
Image.
Perspective is the new reality.
It comes with time.
Yeah, perspective. Once you, there's a niche you choose. I mean, there's so many different type of entrepreneurs that can do the truck business. You know, maybe show out there is not really part of what you should be doing. But right now, what you're doing right now is a whole different level. You've upgraded all to the next level. You know, the awards you're doing right now. I cannot respect that award from you if I don't see you representing that.
Oh,
that
so
award.
true.
Exactly.
That's
You see
true,
what I'm
because
saying?
like they say, even the rule in real estate.
No, that's
Yeah.
so true.
Like if you are a
Yes.
realtor and you have
You cannot
you
sell a
cannot
house
sell a
with
house.
looking like a
A
wreck.
Looking
$1 million
like,
house
you know,
looking
you
like,
come up with a
like a
hoopty.
10,000.
that sells a millionaire, you want to sell a
Same
million
thing with
dollars
cars.
home.
You can't send me a car when your car is all broken and.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, are you really?
Yeah,
Are you
so hide the
really?
car.
Yeah, right.
I just can't say, man.
I can't somewhere.
I'm the customer here.
So you need to show up in a ride that makes me understand that okay, you're really into
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, that's so true.
So
That's
it,
true.
and me in entertainment, it's all about the looks. People,
Yeah.
you're really selling two things.
Yeah.
You're selling a lifestyle,
Yep.
right? And you're selling an image.
Yeah.
So people have to see the image, they buy into the
We have to
dream.
talk about the looks. The looks is not a $3,000 bag. The look is
afford it.
smell good, look good, comb your hair, brush your teeth.
I watching this interview.
I
online.
like that
I was
nugget
shocked.
though.
Yeah.
The look is not.
The look is
really
not
about
an
buying
expensive
buying the
$3,000
designer
red Louis Vuitton. What do you call
Louis
it?
Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton red bottom. No, the look is
They
do
did.
whatever
Yeah,
is
look nice.
comfortable.
thing.
Look
Live
good.
according to your means, but
Iron
still
your
look
clothes.
No, but I watched this interview online the other day. This man, this man,
Good. Somebody
NFL
saying that
guy.
may be their issue. I'm a trainer with thunder
NFL
ties.
guy. He was like is it Ochochinko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy.
Chad Johnson.
He was he said something very smart.
Yeah.
He said all
I
his
saw
life
that
in the
interview.
NFL, he never wore an original chain. Blame them.
I
It
saw
was
that.
always fake.
Wow.
Yeah.
And even the person interviewing was shocked.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
He said the only thing that he had that was original was the Ferrari he had. Everything else he had.
But
All
think
his
about
bling
think
is
about
But
it.
he had already created
Think
the
about
image.
Let me tell you
though.
what this
because
guy
he was
said.
driving a
He was
Ferrari.
the guy said, you know what? I'm a celebrity already.
Yeah.
So everybody assume everything I wear
Makes
is
sense.
expensive.
It's expensive.
So I buy $50 jewelry, and people assume it's $5,000.
Yeah, and they're just gonna
So,
think once you create
I don't have
the
to prove
impression-
myself to nobody.
Hello.
That's why I say, especially now with social media, you have to believe this if you want social media. Perspective is the new reality.
That's right.
You have to create that image and give it to everybody and sit there and just because on it. And trust me,
That's another whole
Everybody's
different
girl.
kind of worms, though. That's another whole different kind of worms because we understand that people are living two lifestyles. There's a social
Facebook
media
one.
lifestyle,
yes.
you know,
And
which
the
is
real
what you
life.
want people to see, and then
Perfect.
there's the reality.
But if you're a businessman,
But if you're indeed,
If
if
you're
you're a
a
businessman,
business,
then you may need it. It
It's
works
got to
for
be
you.
grounded.
see, if you watch even on TV, right? I was very shocked by it too. Most of the sports anchors,
Yeah.
you know what they do? They never put on suits. They like put on the jerseys and stuff. But when they're on TV, they have to look like professionals.
Of course, yeah.
They have like a little stuff, the pin right here.
Mm-hmm.
They put on suits, but you have to play that image on TV when you're on set. And when they're done, all they do is just this.
Yeah, and
That
they're
was-
wearing
the-
shorts.
how we
or
teach you to
even
wear
Yeah,
Because-
and they're wearing shorts at the bottom.
You can-
right?
you can- you can see-
tell-
you can see
you
right
see-
here.
see what we're wearing at the
Yes,
bottom.
yeah.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. So you have to understand. You have to.
So
create
it's
that
important
image.
that you
It's
look
very-
the part.
It's important that
Look
you
the part.
look.
If you're
yeah.
going for a business meeting, because one of the things about being an entrepreneur is, you know, you're meeting clients, you're meeting potential sponsors.
Yeah.
You have to solicit, you have to sell your business.
You're
Basically,
attracting
you're
clients.
you're everything. You
Yeah.
you project. You're the marketing team. You're your own. So people are coming to you because they're buying into you as a person.
Yeah.
So if you go to meet someone and you're not looking the part, then it becomes a problem.
It's a
They're
turn
like,
off. It's a turn off.
It's a turn off.
You know, a friend of mine told me, I have this Nissan Sentra. Whenever I drive it to meeting, people don't listen to me. So I decided to upgrade to a Range Rover. Then they started listening to me. I was like,
so you had to go with the part.
You have to go with the path.
Especially since you're young.
But I don't like that, but it's the truth. I
But
really
that's the
don't
fact.
believe in that, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a fact.
It is the
Yeah,
fact. It
like
is the
Holmes
fact.
said, it is what it is. You have
You
to
have to
come
do
out
it.
like that.
You have.
You have to. If you have to beg, borrow,
You have no
steal.
We're not going to steal it, okay? But I mean, you may have to borrow for the short while. Say borrow so that I can get this, and then
You know what a friend of mine told me?
Yes.
He said, Benny, I have to go to the store and buy a suit and return it so I
That's
can
what-
get
that's what a
that
lot of
deal.
people do, actually.
And I said,
People who have
that's what you
interviews,
need to
if
do.
you have a
Yeah.
critical interview, you're called to the White House today.
yeah, I said,
How do you
I
show
will go
up?
and buy, use my rent money and buy that suit. And when I'm done, I take it back there.
Get your
And
rent
I
money
said,
back and
wow,
go pay
That's
your
a,
rent.
the
that's,
hustle
that's
is
a
real.
That's a survivor's hustle.
The hustle is real.
Yes, that's when you're still.
But don't
starting
take it
off.
as a habit because they do
It's
have
like-
cameras in those stores.
So guys, this is nuggets from young entrepreneurs. They're telling you how to get by from the beginning.
Yeah.
But once you're now established, you can, you're proven. You have a proven
You
system.
don't have to.
You don't
Now
have
you
to.
can earn your way.
It's a chill out
Now
time.
you're now a seasoned
Now,
Oh,
entrepreneur.
yeah.
now you're living the reality.
But just to get yourself off the ground, so
Just to
there are
get that-
lessons because a lot of times to turn from that, convert your dreams.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who are sitting in their homes right now. They have dreams in their palms.
Yep.
But
And
how do
there's
they take
fear.
it? There's
There's
fear.
something called fear.
There's fear.
Oh, what if everything goes wrong? And then people start talking about it. Who really cares?
Did you experience fear? Did you have any?
Oh, I experienced it
any
to the
doubts?
core. I
That's
had
one of the-
nightmares. Like you dream of seeing yourself being homeless, like
Yes.
losing everything. But you still just have to. You have to just stay.
You have to
still
go against-
say this is
Exactly.
part of life. I don't care if I live in the streets. I live under a car. I live in my car. I live in a hotel. Well, at least I tried.
At least because it's
I tried.
failure is part of the
Yeah.
story.
Exactly.
It is really progress.
Yes.
The fear of failure is like one of the biggest challenges when it comes to
The most limiting
business.
thing.
The most limiting.
Yeah.
Definitely the
So-
most limiting.
just dive into it.
Another
So
idea.
what you guys are really saying is, you got into it, but you did it afraid. You were all scared though, but you,
all
you
scared.
still took the bet. You still said, you know what, I'm still.
I'm
gonna
in
take
it.
the
It's
risk.
like-
I think personally, there's something you need some motivation. Motivation is like this drug. Sometimes when you get high,
Get high.
Yeah.
Like you don't have no pain.
Yeah, and
The
that's
motivation
You don't feel
kills the
anything.
fear. That's right.
you're doing things and at the end of it, like, oh man, this is.
I
strong.
can't believe I really did this.
I went all the way in now. Let me see what happens. If it goes wrong, I'm dead.
Like you burn your bridges.
Yeah.
Like you cross the bridge and you say, you know what, I broke the
I'm done.
bridge. I'm
Next
not.
one.
I am sure I am not crossing
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And if I have to come back, I'm gonna have to get a boat.
Yes.
No, but
You
see,
know.
this is one thing we gotta understand. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you can think about it all you want. Think about it everywhere. Think about your dreams. That's in your head. Nobody knows about them. Unless you take action, you must do something about it.
Goes
You
back
must
to
take action.
action.
So,
Action.
And there's never a perfect time to do something. It's never been in business. You can dot all your I's, cut all the T's, all you want. Once you go in there, you meet challenges that you never saw
Never,
coming.
never.
So if you keep waiting to see me block everything on this, no, it's never gonna happen.
There's no
But the key
perfect
though
time
is
to
to
start.
still have a strategy.
That's right.
You can't just go in blindly. So
That's
just
why-
because someone listened to the show today and say, "Oh, he jumped," he took a risk, and now you just go, I want to do the same. I'm just going to quit my job tomorrow.
No, you don't quit no job.
no,
Don't
no,
ever quit
no,
your job,
no,
please.
No,
Don't ever.
No.
Except
No, but the thing I can say, you
But-
might
but
quit the
you
job.
get-
There's
you
a
have to
time
get
for
Get to that
everything.
point
There's a
of
yeah,
comfort.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
where you
we're talking
come
about
to-
the beginning.
Right.
You don't quit your job in the beginning.
So you can always,
You can go
always find a
part-time.
way.
You can
to
just
do
work
the-
extra hours. Like for example, we stay till 2-3 o'clock in the morning to do this extra stuff and still
Yeah.
get up in the morning and get ready for work.
Right.
So you have to create that extra time,
To get things done.
and then of course
You might just have to sacrifice the fun,
huge sacrifice.
cut out like movie nights, cut out
I don't
cut out girlfriends, boyfriends.
And you cut off your table. I cut off my table,
Yes.
cable,
Yeah.
and I don't care.
Okay, you see, she cut
I
off
cut
her
my cable because
Yep.
it was a huge distraction.
Yeah. Power.
Housewife
On
of
the shows.
Atlantis. I was sitting there for 3 hours, and after 3 hours, I said, "This is not happening."
You find yourself at 3
No.
in the morning
No.
watching TV, and
Nah.
you're like, no, that
Nah.
time was time that, because the truth is, everybody has 24 hours. The
Yes.
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
amount of 24
But it's
hours.
how you utilize it.
But there's one person who's using their 24 hours and they're multi-billionaire. You have
Yeah.
Bill
Exactly.
Gates. He doesn't have 26 hours.
No, it's 24 hours.
But he's running a multi-billion-dollar
He
business.
sleeps for 4 hours.
He sleeps for 4. He just decided to do something different.
Yeah.
So if to get to where you guys are, you will have to say, I'm gonna lose sleep
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I work for
Wake up earlier.
17 hours. I work for
Definitely.
17 hours
in 24 hours.
in 24
Yeah.
hours.
Like I
Yeah.
said before, you have to be willing to do the work, the hard work.
That's
You
right.
need to work 3 times. Once you want to be an entrepreneur,
3 times.
once you decide to jump into that cycle, work 3 times as hard as you're working today at your job. You have to. If you can't do that, then you just don't even think about it.
And then what again? Time, right? Time
Yeah.
is a factor.
Ti-
Be
time-
responsible.
time is a
If
factor.
somebody, if you have an appointment, keep up to that, keep your
So,
appointment.
so somebody's asking a question for you guys on the chat. They say, you guys are good. Does any of you help in the community to motivate the young ones into success? So part of life. Are you guys motivating other people because now you're considered like established in what you're doing? Maybe not necessarily, but to an
When the
onlooker,
process, we are out
to
there.
an onlooker, they're already seeing you like you've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So you kind of have more experience. They're asking, are you in a position now where you feel like you're empowering other people?
I mean,
He can talk about
like-
it. Like that's what nigga was coming.
Exactly. That's what I was going to talk about.
Again,
And
the
that's where the
awards
Next Generation Entertainment Award comes in, because
Yeah.
it's an award that was created to help the next generation of entertainers. A lot of people have this dream, they have the drive, they just need something, they need a platform to take them to that next level, and that's what we're doing. We're creating that platform for them, so they can move to the next level. It's an exposure for them, so it's a way to encourage them to. We present
For the young artists,
Exactly.
you're giving them a platform.
exactly.
So that answers the question. Since you're talking about Next Generation Entertainment Awards, what is the Next Generation?
Us, we are the
Awards?
next generation.
You're the next generation. That's
Exactly.
what you consider as it. But what does it really look? What do you mean? Because so if you say you are the next, so what was the previous artist and who is the next? You know, how do you?
Our generation is a generation that has to do with your career, family. I mean, your present family, your parents and your grandparents,
Right.
and your kids that are there, and at the same time your career, your beauty, yourself,
Yep.
everything within one. So you have
It's all
to carry
inclusive.
so many hats
So you're saying
in this
basic-
generation.
Yeah, so you're saying the next generation artists, the next people who were coming, they have to carry on more. You have more things to
More
embody.
things to
Exactly,
embrace
yeah.
and
Yes.
still pursue your
Your
goal.
dreams and your goals. Yep.
You cannot just be that artist
You
that
cannot
walks
just be
around
a-
with a
you-
guitar and or with a.
You cannot be a one lane artist.
No, you
anymore.
cannot.
Exactly.
You have to take care of everything. You have to
Because
have a
now-
wife that will be there for you at the end of the day.
Oh, your
you have to
husband.
you have to take care of mommy that supported you, brought you into this country. You have to take care of daddy that is sick, medical bills and everything. You have to take care of your toddler that needs to go to school and get ready and all this stuff.
Right.
You have to, in order for you to get the respect. That's what we're saying. In order for you to get the respect, you have to embrace all this. So when you come out as a whole,
Yeah.
not just bearing a name, being a star or being an entertainer. You are an entertainer, but a responsible one.
And you have
Next
to be able to
generation.
be able to afford those things
Yep.
that will help you get to that next level.
To push your
yourself.
career to the
Yes.
next.
Exactly.
So
So
that's
basically,
that's
they
when you.
want for you to be a next generation person. You're looking at somebody who is respecting their careers and is commanding the respect. You're not just going around and making your talent look like it's not worth it. So upgrade your talents, upgrade your skill sets, basically. And there's a platform that is being provided.
Be
for you.
responsible.
Guys, for those of you who just joined the discussion, if you're wondering what we're really talking about, I'm talking to young entrepreneurs who are specifically in the media and entertainment arena. And I have here Mr. Valerie Holmes, I have Ms. Benedict Kaye, and I have Mr. Noah Obio. And these people are just in the trenches, they're hustling, and they're giving you trade secrets, really, like how to survive, how to get into the hustle, or how to just make things happen as an entrepreneur. Because there are people who are, everybody has a dream, people are passionate about this industry, but these are people who are already making it happen, and they're willing to share some of
Perfect.
their nuggets with you guys, right?
Great. You asked before what we do in the community to help
Right.
others. Everybody knows me, Valerie Holmes. If you ever reach out to me, I'm always open to educate, to support, to tell you the truth. I won't let you astray. I won't try to sugar it up for you. I'll tell you the way it is. So if you're coming in, you know what to expect. So my business, Homes Media Solutions in particular, the main idea behind Homes Media Solutions was to create a platform where, I know there's so many Africans around here that have businesses, that have things they're doing, but nobody knows about them. Because we are so disconnected. We getting
Everybody is working solo.
Solo, yeah, that's
But we
what
have
it
to
is.
we have to start understanding there's more power
In
in
unity.
unity.
And
If we could just work together as a collective group, we have more strength.
yes,
That's
And
the
we're more
plan.
relevant.
Yes.
And you can see that even, let me digress for a second, but you can see that even when it comes to like politics and stuff, our numbers cannot be tracked because we're not doing things
We're not doing-
together.
exactly.
If there's a politician who wanted who's the African constituent, we're not really showing up. We're not
Yeah.
going there and representing ourselves, but there's
Exactly.
a majority, there's a large number.
And that's where Homes Media Solutions comes into place, because my platform, if you want to talk to the African people in the DMV, going forward in the whole USA and the world, you come to me in Maryland.
you
If
have
I
control.
if I have a full control of the African market,
Look at that.
which if I put you up in my media platform, on our screens, we have our screens mostly in African locations. That's our target market. All the African banquet halls, the lounges, the restaurant, doctors' offices, shopping centers.
Yeah.
We have our
I like that
screens
he
in
has
those
a
locations.
focus market.
Focus market.
Because the key thing about business is a lot of people get into business and they don't even have a target audience.
Yeah.
If you decide that your audience is this, then you specialize in that. Like, your awards is focused.
It's African.
Is the diaspora.
It's the diaspora Africans.
Okay, so and there's nothing wrong with that. There are other people whose businesses require them to branch out. My thing too is the business you're doing should not be limited only to Africans, although you're already trying to get the exposure for them. But I think that you're exposing them to who? It's really to also the people here, right?
Yeah.
So you should also think about, like maybe explain it.
No,
But I understand that the
definitely.
focus is,
Definitely,
which is good.
You get when you start something, you get a base.
Yes,
It's easy to start on a solid foundation.
correct.
So if you spread yourself too
Too
thin,
thin, then you're not
you have
effective.
issues. So the target market we have with our base is our African people, because once we liberate our people, get the entrepreneurs in our community known,
And they will be your
then now
source
from
of
there, the platform
advertisement.
is unlimited.
That's right.
Even like I talk about African lounges. Let's give an example. Somewhere like Swahili. Go to Swahili, every culture comes to Swahili.
Right.
But we know the main group of people come there are Africans to
Right.
Swahili. But we have so many different cultures that come there. They will still be exposed to what we are showing them on our digital screens.
Exactly.
Everywhere. But the main target we have in mind is that if an African man, for example, if David is coming to Maryland, you don't need to stress to go around trying to big how you're going. Let people know David is coming. You come to me, I put it out there, everybody knows David is coming.
Exactly. So
Because
you
everyone's gonna see.
have managed to connect to so many different sources.
Perfect.
And that's what we're talking about. Like having people who want to get your business out there well recognized, this is a solution that you want. People who are artists and stuff, you want to be relevant, show your talent, because some people are doing stuff in entertainment that nobody really knows about.
That's the thing.
But you guys have provided a platform to recognize these things, right?
Yeah.
The whole goal is to recognize the talent for what they've been doing.
And to
People are
encourage.
working hard throughout the year, and you're saying, you know what?
To reward them.
Yeah, to reward them for your hard work.
Encourage them.
Different organizations have academies and stuff that they're doing, and this is exactly what you guys are doing. I think it's a
Perfect.
great thing for
I think it's wonderful.
for the diaspora.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
it is a great initiative.
Wonderful initiative.
Thank you.
And that's why we're asking everybody to come join us,
Yeah.
so we can encourage our next generation of entertainers to not stop, keep going.
Keep going, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know there was one thing that you guys had talked about earlier about sabotaging one another, because the thing is, everybody keeps doing similar things.
Exactly.
We are and maybe part of the reason is because we think the other person is a threat to another, instead of can we collaborate. So if people are doing similar things in the same milieu, or instead of just allowing each other to grow, people are trying to cross over one another. Have you guys experienced that in what you're doing, bringing down one another, or not really supporting, artists not supporting each other in the field? Have you guys experienced any of those kind of challenges?
Personally, I think, to me, it's a definite turn off. A lot of entertainers, promoters, artists, in the DMV especially, they do things to just block each other from progressing, which is really bad.
You put a flyer of having an event on the 20th, somebody
It's
comes and
terrible.
puts a flyer on that same day.
We need to change that
So
culture.
it's like that they're pulling away, but they fail to understand that if you divide the crowd, then you essentially lose everything that you should have gotten, right? Because if you allowed yourselves to have two separate dates, then there are more people that can come support you. So this person makes their piece, the other person makes their piece.
Exactly.
But
So
now you're dividing them, and so everybody loses.
I think we need to unite a little bit more, and so we can do things together, and so we can actually progress as a family, So
Me personally, I don't really mind competition. Competition is very good for business.
I think so.
Positive competition.
Positive.
You know, I don't want the backstabbing. and
Exactly.
no. We don't want that. We want positive competition. I can bet you McDonald's is not worried any day about
Burger King.
Burger King.
Exactly.
I was gonna
They
say
love
that.
they love Burger King. They want Burger King to do better, so they can also do better. They
I was
pushes
gonna
them.
say that.
You
It
see what
means
I'm
their
saying?
industry. It means their industry.
It
is
means
doing good.
what I'm
That's
trying
what
to. What you're also saying is, if you want to compete with another person, make sure you have the stamina to go to the end, because you might not even know the other person's strength.
Yep.
You might be competing with a lion and not knowing it. And at the end of the day, you make yourself a fool,
Get your
because
feelings
that
hurt.
other person will keep going, and of course you just got in there and then drop off. Then you make yourself a bigger fool.
Right.
Instead of taking your time to see what you really need to do. So I think before you start competing with someone, find out who you're competing with. If you're competing with a lion, let it go. Don't compete with a lion.
Come in with some lion stamina.
Yeah. If you are a sheep and you want to compete with a lion, please let it go.
Yeah.
But if you're a lion and you want to compete with that lion, of course, everybody's
Then you know
ready to
you're
know
equal. It's
who
like
owns
a game.
who owns the
It's like
kingdom.
It's like a boxing game.
That's
It's
right.
a ring,
So
you know, like Tyson,
competition
you
is
know.
very good.
If you know you
It is very good. It is very good. But the only advice I have towards that is just that when you're getting into the ring to compete with anybody, business wise, event wise, whatever it is, know the strength of the other person. Don't make yourself a fool.
Do your research.
Do your research about the other person.
I'm glad you guys can talk about it, because have you guys in your career gotten to a point or experienced a low, like an abyss, a point where you felt like things shut down for you? And maybe your business, I mean, you already shared an
Something,
experience
yeah.
with your trucking business
Yeah,
and
exactly.
stuff. But you got to that low. How do you pick up yourself again? Especially when your dream, maybe you had a dream that was so big and nobody can really relate. You're talking in terms of millions, and everybody around you doesn't even speak that kind of language. They're still on the 30k income a year. They're still maybe doing their little meager jobs. How do you go to them to say, okay, things are low for me now? First of all, they don't even understand. They're like, first of all,
I will testify.
You were too high up.
I can
there begin
testify to
with.
that.
Yes.
Okay, this is what happened to me when I got to that point. The truck is still running. I needed to pay the workers. I sold my townhome just to keep it going,
Right.
so that I can clear up my bills. I don't want. Well, first of all, I didn't want Uncle Sam to come after me, so I sold my townhome to clear off with Uncle Sam and clear off with the other bills. Let me be hungry. I don't mind, but let me make. I want to make sure that my sanity is in place for me to keep going.
Right.
So when I did that, I downsized. I downsized from a townhome of 3 bedrooms in a basement to a condo of 1 bedroom.
Right.
And that was fine by me. I didn't have
Right.
any problem. I had a car and an SUV. I took it back and said, by the way, I'm not going to continue with your car. Can you take it? I want me a 2-door Toyota so I can go from point A to point B. And I don't care who says what. Because I'm at my low ends right now and I'm not trying to like really go in any lower. So let me just balance myself at this point. So these are the moves that I made. And not a lot of people will make these moves.
A lot of
You have to
people-
learn
a lot
to
of
give
people-
out, like learn to let
Exactly.
go.
Yeah.
A
I
lot
let
of
go of
people
my
get
home.
stuck in this place where you're conflicted with, I have this high lifestyle. What are people gonna say? What's John gonna say? What are my neighbors gonna
Who
say?
cares? Like,
But the reality is just
it's
you.
your life. You have to go
It's
to
your
sleep.
life.
Nobody
Whether
cares
they
about
say
that.
anything or not, the truth is
It's
you're
your
still gonna
life.
deal with what you have to
What do
deal
you
with.
want to have a heart attack and get a stroke and end up walking like this? All-
The first, like you said before, the first things first. You as an entrepreneur, you will hit that low. That's a guarantee. No matter
Yeah.
what you do, you hit the low. Even some very wealthy people hit the
Hit
low.
the
with
low.
2 billion in their pocket.
Yes.
Right.
They just have 50 billion.
Yes.
That have
Right.
only 2 billion. They
And then with that 50 billion,
confused.
they owe like 30 billion on
But
it.
like she's saying, that this is what happens. Once you hit that low, you have to adjust your lifestyle.
Accept
With
You have
no
to be
shame.
quick.
First
though.
step
Accept
is recognizing that you
Yeah,
you're at
recognize
point.
that you're low.
And
Don't
acknowledge
pretend.
it.
And that's
Don't
why you
pretend.
educate
Don't be in denial. Be in acceptance.
A lot of people-
Don't go to a
denial
counselors
is-
and say, "Oh, they bewitched me." Nobody bewitched you.
Your business just got into
Your business.
and you're not the first, nor are you the last.
No, you're not the first, and you're never gonna be the
Yes,
last.
Once you start speaking up, then you realize that you're not the only
You're
one.
not-
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But most
yeah.
people are so afraid. They feel like they embarrass themselves. They're a disgrace. They're
No, you're not a
No, but
disgrace.
some-
You're
yeah,
just a
no,
champion.
sometimes-
That just lose,
no, sometimes
lose
too.
a game. You didn't lose
One
the match.
game,
You
though.
lose one game.
But
You
like
still-
that,
you lose a game, but you didn't lose that.
Because sometimes we have to also try to be on the other person's point of view, right? Some people have so many people looking up to them, right? They can play weak because it's not about them anymore.
The pressure.
Yes, it's not about them anymore. Let me tell you something. There's a very popular saying they say, most people are not afraid to die. All they are scared of is what will happen to the people they love when they die.
So I have a solution for that. Be honest. Tell your family what's going on. Don't hide things, especially your wife.
Yeah.
Tell your
Or
wife.
your spouse.
Tell whoever that is close to you what is actually going on in your life. Don't keep it a secret. That's why you pick and choose your partners very, very wisely. You know, don't just make this facade of I'm a baller, be with me, love me because I'm a baller. No.
Yeah.
Things are going down. You pull him or her to the side and say, listen,
It's
you
happening.
see how you spend.
We can't afford.
You see how we go out and eat through $200 meal? We can't do that anymore. You're gonna have to learn how to cook.
Or you're gonna have to learn how to, hustle.
Make it clean.
Make some ramen noodles.
And if your kids are older, you may have to tell them.
You tell them the truth. Be
honest.
honest. Sit down with them and tell them that, listen, this is what I used to come home with, and this is now what is going on. Do you know that in business right now, my partners are overtaking me? And this will let them feel your pain.
Right.
When they feel your pain, oh my
support
God,
you.
it's like a burden lifted off
Yeah,
your
you
skin.
get-
You
Yeah,
feel so
and
free.
you get
not
more
everybody
support.
can support.
And everybody can support.
Now, matter of fact, they actually start thinking with
Thinking with you, and they give you ideas.
give
They
you
come up with ideas.
You can recover much faster.
Yes.
So the key is do not
Be
die in
honest.
silence.
Be honest.
Perfect. That's the
Be
thing.
honest.
Don't die in
Don't die in
silence.
silence,
You
yep.
know. So people really go to sleep at night. They're having these nightmares like, how do I tell my wife?
How do I tell my family?
husband? You better tell them.
If you cannot tell your wife, then that is not your wife. That's somebody's woman living in your house.
Yeah, that's somebody's woman. So you just pick the woman and she's just
He's there with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Tell
Your
her.
wife must be your friend. Your
Yeah,
husband
she must be your
friend,
backbone.
You know. So talking about wife, I know you have a spouse who's very supportive in your
Oh,
business.
super. I got married.
And brand new
2
marriage.
weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Been together 6 years.
Wow.
Engaged now for 4 years.
Wow.
So it was time we get it done.
Yeah,
know.
you
I mean,
really you took your
the,
time.
the truth is that she was saying she kept saying one thing over and over again. I don't know if she's been something she has an experience about that.
Yes,
but once you
she
have that person, that spouse, that supports, I bet you everything is so easy.
Yes.
Because that's the magic. Because
Somebody who buys
trust
into
me,
your dream.
I have my buddy MC Charles. Charles will say, you want to open your door of your house when you come up from work, or when they fire you from your job, or your business fails. When you open the door, you can your spouse. You say, anyhow, thank God.
Now you came back, right?
And you have someone who understands, who's going to support you, who's going to be there with you for you.
You may mention.
a brilliant
Well, and MC Charles, you're right. You know why I keep saying that? Because I'm a female.
Yeah.
And one of the things that that breaks a woman into pieces, no matter how strong you are, the emotions take over sometimes. One of the things that really breaks us down is that the sense of belonging. If at any point you find out that your spouse is not there for you, not even the business can be coming in with millions and millions and millions, but if that aspect of it is taken away, the motivation shuts down.
Yeah, you don't
The
have.
motivation shuts down. You don't. The drive evaporates.
Exactly.
Everything that you need to put in wipes off. So it's very important, especially for the women. It's very important.
She's like,
Make sure.
Emphasis on
Yeah, it's that person that you can tell them
life experience.
that
Best should say the truth.
This is as real as it gets. Okay, she's worn those shoes.
Yes.
She's worn those
Make
shoes.
sure you
and
tell them that. Listen, I don't have a dime in my pocket, and please don't leave me because of that. And I want to make sure that you are not leaving because of that. So no,
Yeah.
no. To be honest, with all sincerity,
Yeah.
this is very important.
I think so.
very important.
Like you said, for a woman, when a man does not confide in you, and you know he's going through all of these challenges, I think it's more. It feels like a betrayal.
Betrayal,
You're
yes.
like,
Yeah.
how can you be going through this? And you feel like, so what am I really here for?
That's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
if you can't open up to me,
Vice
who are
versa.
you really talking to?
Vice
then?
versa.
Vice versa, really. So,
Because we must also understand one thing about men too, since we talk about women.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Let's hear about men. I always want to hear about men. I always
No,
want to hear
because
about men.
see, we are all human beings.
Yes.
The first things first. We're raised differently. When you're a baby, when you cry, mama hugs you and say, "Oh, baby, don't cry." As a man, when I cry, you say, "Man up, man up."
Man up.
So men, we keep emotions inside, but we feel the same way you guys are also feeling, but we just don't show it.
That's true.
So if you can't talk to me too, I feel the same pain like you feel if I don't talk to you.
Do men
But I just don't show it.
Do men, do
Yeah,
men
break
cry?
down and start crying. I just break down.
I was gonna ask. You already answered the question. I was gonna say, do men cry? Do you guys actually cry? A lot of us did not know that men cry. That adult men cry. We don't- you actually openly break down and
I
cry.
just break down.
Baby, why? Talk to me. No, but see,
That is hilarious.
that's something that we have to really.
But I would
People
like it
keep
if a
mind.
man cries. You know,
I would like to see a man cry. Why can't a man cry for me?
No, but see,
Oh, why
see,
can't he
Can I
cry?
cry a little
But
bit?
this is the thing.
They're too strong.
No,
They
but,
want it to
no,
be
but
too
somebody said
strong.
something very, very, very smart the other day. I was listening. That women raise the men they hate. Trust me, because again,
Women raise the men they hate.
because guess what?
Wow.
You wish that a man could cry. Maybe that's what you're saying. If you had
But
a-
I
if you had
told
a
him
son,
all along.
if you had a son who was crying, you say, John, man up, man up. And you build that emotional defense for him already. So how can you when a man who cries and you build your son
No,
to be
when I say
that
want to
way.
cry, baby.
No, not a
No,
cry,
no,
baby.
no, no,
No,
not
don't
the
want to
cry,
cry.
baby.
No, no, no.
You put
Please,
the emotions
God.
out there.
Please, God, man, do not be
Don't
crying
just cry,
every
baby,
day.
because
Okay?
I would not even.
Slap him.
Oh, yes.
We want you to stay strong.
Man
strong.
up.
Man up, John. Yeah, man.
If you cook
No,
them out,
stay manned up. Okay, stay manned up. I mean, but what we're just saying is, if you have the emotions and you're feeling
Let
it,
it out.
express, just let it out.
Yeah, let it
You
out.
know,
Open
you
your
don't have
spouse.
to just bottle
Yeah,
up
bottle
and,
your
and go
spouse.
And let me
express
know.
it somewhere.
Let us know how you feel so we can.
Let us know. We're here. You know, we can pillow hug you.
That's right.
but since we're talking that, there's one thing I wanted to bring up. You know, you had this viral video because Val is very good at doing this viral video.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so if you don't know, check him out. So he had this viral video of saying what women
Hashtag viral.
want. What women want. Now that I have you right here, I need you to tell us what men want. Because he said what women want. And he pointed three things. Maybe for the benefit of those who are still watching, maybe can you still remember the 3 points you gave for what women want, but what the men want? It's just a side note, sidebar,
Well,
and then we'll get back into the last closing tips.
I had so many requests for that video. I mean, I'm letting everybody know it's coming, but I'm gonna say this.
Oh, he's not
It's
gonna
coming.
share.
No, but I'm gonna say something. And the video for what women really wanted, it was all about security. Women want to be
Security.
secure in every dimension. For men, I'll just say, when women want security, men just want respect. That's all. So we can go deeper into that later on when the video
So
comes
the
out.
two keywords
But
is security
and respect.
And then he
Yes.
broke it down into different types of security that women
Yeah,
are looking
perfect.
for. Okay,
But-
but you can. I think you're gonna share that video. Right?
I'm gonna.
He's gonna share that video and tag it on my page so that
That
you
video
can.
has almost 160,000 views. On that.
Yes,
Wow.
it's
Yeah,
that
it's a crazy
viral.
video.
It's that viral.
It's a crazy
So
video,
and the video was really good. It was
Yeah,
short, sweet, to
Yeah,
the point,
yeah.
and it was quite effective. So
But women understand your men need respect. Let me tell you something. Let me put it really quick right there.
business and respect.
Yeah.
So especially when they're doing business.
Yeah. See,
Bringing home the
the
bacon.
smartest woman. You see, a man might lash out easily. Men are trained that way to lash out maybe in public somehow on your woman. But for a woman, you should never ever. This is like magic. Never ever lash out on your man in public. It's like a kill. It's a,
You hear
I agree
that?
with you, man.
It's a killer.
I agree with you.
So
I just learned something.
women, no
Never
matter how
ever.
bad it is,
Just-
No matter how bad it is, don't
save
lash
that,
out
save
in
that
public.
fight for later.
Yeah.
Okay,
Save it home.
that fight can happen at home. You can do
Yeah.
your drama,
Yeah,
but
in
no
public,
drama in public. That's disrespect.
Yeah, thank you so
A man's
much. Thank you
ego,
so
a
much
man's
for that.
ego is so powerful. If you ever do that to a man, so many things in your family is gonna change. You won't even imagine what happened. The man's gonna be acting different for a very long time.
And you don't understand that.
You will not even imagine what happened. You will not even know what happened. But
You be
You
like,
don't have
you
to
be like,
fix
it was,
You can't fix it anymore.
and you're like, was it just that little
That's-
thing? But that
and
little
that
thing
little thing
really
just break
was
everything.
way
When you break
bigger,
a man,
had more of an impact.
Respect for a man is
So
more. Women,
respect.
a man will give you all the security you need, but for the man, respect the man.
So, but the thing is, a lot of people don't even know what respect is. We're going to talk about it on a
Later
different
on.
day. Okay, because
They're gonna
we're
break it
still
down.
we're still trying to talk about entrepreneurs. So since we're almost getting we're going to the closing remark, what last minute tips do you have to give? And then before and then you'll share your businesses, how people can find
Yeah.
you. But just closing remarks, what tips do you have to give for other entrepreneurs or young people who are coming up, or even old people who have been in the business but they're not really
Yeah.
excelling? Because there's some people who are in business who are not really maximizing the recent technologies,
Yeah.
the tools that are out there to make their business. So they've been platonic. They're just existing, but they can take their business to the next level. What tips? I'll
Yes, sir.
save you.
Yeah.
Let Noah talk. I'm gonna let Noah talk.
I'll say follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams
Okay.
as an
And don't
entrepreneur.
stop. Keep pushing.
Consistency.
Keep pushing.
Consistency. Consistency. Is faith important at any point in your career? Does
Pray
it keep
about
you?
it, definitely.
Does it keep you grounded? And
Oh yes, of course. You have to have a supreme power to grind you down, to be able to tap into when things are really falling down.
yeah,
And as
because
much as you want support from your family, from human beings, you also need that.
the spirituality.
spiritual-
Because I know earlier on prior we talked and you said something about your dream is bigger than the people around
Yeah,
you.
it is.
And because it's so big, they can't
It can't
visualize
help
it.
you.
So
They
the
can help
person
you
who
from-
can guide you to focus is
your spiritual.
is your spiritual. So for those of you people, when we say spiritual, is whoever
Whoever your God is.
whoever your God is, okay? And for different people it's different, but I know who my God is.
I know
you
who my God is also.
you know, but a lot of times when your dream is so big, you need a focused ground.
You make time for.
You make
that
time for that. So
spiritual
spirituality is also
growth.
important. So consistency,
Spiritual growth.
spiritual growth, and what do you have to say?
I say you have to understand time is of the essence in business.
Timing.
Time is of the essence. What you have to do, you understand, be consistent and let time lead, because what you start today might be weak. You're still learning. But in 3 years' time or 4 years' time, you'll be a master in what you do.
Right.
World class. If you just keep doing the same thing over and over,
You perfect
perfecting
your
your
skill.
craft, in 4 years' time, the world will know your name. You'll be the expert. So time. Don't be
Time is
discouraged.
essential.
Time.
And also
Let
learn
time
to
lead.
improve on your skills over
Perfect.
time. If the times are changing, people are
Consistently
going
on your
to new
skills.
technology,
Perfect.
media.
Open
You
to
want to
it.
tap into it. So if everybody's using social media, don't say what are they doing.
Oh,
get
no,
into
no,
it. Get
no,
into
no.
the game, right?
Social media in particular, let me tell you something. We're into advertising. If you have a business, anything you do, if nobody knows what you're doing, you're wasting your time. So you have to
If
advertise.
nobody knows what you're doing. You're wasting,
You're wasting your time. You
Wow.
have to advertise yourself. Put yourself all out there. Any means possible. Advertise your business. In any budget you have, in a business, your business plan, your budget must be on the biggest budget. Must be for advertising. Must.
Must.
You cannot. There's no way you can get
So
around that.
this is coming from an advertiser, obviously. An advertiser who's advertising. Who's advertising what he advertises. Okay. Okay, so closing remarks, you are here. You're going to be having an event that's happening at the end of this month, the Next Generation Entertainment Awards. People need to get tickets to go to the awards. Where can they find you guys?
On Eventbrite.
On Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna provide, for those of you who are watching or listening, we're gonna provide the information on my page as well, or you can
And it's gonna
find
be
them.
on our website.
It's also gonna be on their website. What is the name of the website?
www.ngeawards.
Okay, NGEA Awards. So that's where you can find them to get tickets. Again, what's the date?
September 30th.
September 30th. Venue
Camelot.
Camelot. Right here in the state of Maryland. Okay,
Upper Marlboro,
Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Holmes, where can we find you?
Holmes, let me tell you something. First of all, Holmes Media Solutions has been nominated as the best young entrepreneur by our awards in the whole DMV. Ladies and gentlemen, go vote. Vote for Holmes Media Solutions as the best young entrepreneur. Valerie
Go
Holmes.
vote.
That's me right there.
And by the way,
Vote.
yours truly too was nominated by the I was also nominated. So hey, so we're looking. Pray for me. Hopefully,
Yep.
we snap it. Okay. So I'm looking forward. So we'll see what September 30th holds. I hope I bring back the awards, and if I bring it back, I'll be sharing
Yeah.
it right here. All right. So guys, it was real. It was an awesome show.
One last thing, I got something.
Yes.
I want to let everybody know who's watching that Diane right here is a big sister. She doesn't know it. Let me tell you something.
Oh, I don't
when
know
I
it.
came to the USA, the first job I ever did was through her. She was my first employer. Maybe she forgot, because when you're into real estate, you remember when I
Yes.
just came to the state.
Yes.
She took me once. I went to Baltimore. This is magic. I went to Baltimore, cleaned some real estate with her.
Oh.
Then that's my first money I earned in the USA.
Oh,
True
look at
her.
that! Look at that! I didn't even know that. You see, look at that small world. But hey, today, thank you for this testimony.
Doesn't even
You know,
remember.
she doesn't even know at all.
But she has
Yeah, she's a black woman, but that's what I'm saying.
This
She's a
is-
community person, you
I've
know.
always loved her.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
from
community
distance, from a
person.
distance.
Honestly, this was a humbling moment for me. I mean, Bernadette has been in the community doing her thing. You know her. It was a pleasure having you today. Now we are now one network connected. We are all in media, so let's stay together. Let's keep doing what we do. Stay in the grind. Guys, thank you for watching. Share. Keep
Share.
sharing. Share the
Keep
love.
sharing.
Share what we're doing. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I always sign off by saying, guys, that if no one has told you that they love you, who loves you? I, Diane, I love you, and I love you with the God, with the peace, with the love of God.
Yeah.
Yes. I love you. I love you, and I love you with the love of God. All right. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back next week right here on the station. Stay tuned and have a wonderful one. Ciao.
Thank you,
Bye,
thank you,
guys.
everybody. Thank you.
Peace.